In the mid-90s, a small group of Delta farmers and landowners began discussing the need to be more active in the environment. There were really two reasons for that. One was it was the right thing to do. Agriculture is still the backbone of the Delta. Protecting the environment obviously is essential to its health. But there was another reason, and the other reason was that as time passed and regulating agencies became more active in regulating the environment, that if we could establish a group that was able to establish some viability, that we would be able to sit down at the table with these folks when it came time to make our rules concerning our environment. And in fact, that has turned out to be true. Over the years, we have established that viability, and now we are in the process of being very active in environmental policy that affects us.
In that first 18 months in trying to put this idea together, it was a struggle trying to figure out what the process would be, how would we develop the organization, and then we decided, you know, we really ended up trying to get a wide group of people representing all aspects. So we probably ended up having 100 individuals representing 21 different private, state, and federal agencies to come together to try and figure out what to do. And so that's kind of the beginning concept of what we call Delta F.A.R.M, which is Delta Farmers Advocating Resource Management, and that's how it got launched.
The Natural Resource Conservation Service was involved in this process from the very beginning. We provided insight into cost-sharing opportunities that would be provided by this Farm Bill programs. Many other groups and agencies also cooperate in the process to help develop a more comprehensive approach to conservation and environmental stewardship that would put Mississippi Delta agriculture at the cutting edge of innovation.
Well, in 1997, after developing the protocol and what we wanted to do, we decided that the Delta Farm would start asking farmers to join. And all they had to do was to enroll their land and submit to a private environmental assessment that was set out in the Delta F.A.R.M program. And that's all they had to do to join. And I guess we figured that by targeting the landowners and trying to get them to sign up to do this, it would do a couple of different things. One, it would get them to think about what it is they're doing on their own farm. It also gave us the chance to be able to show as a whole, not as individual farmers, but as a group, what we were doing environmentally in this Delta region. And then we could work with the state and regulatory agencies by being able to be at the same table with them and developing different things that we would like to see happen for best management practices down the road. And it would also help incentivize the producers to be able to think about doing more on their land based upon these principles and ideas that have been developed at that table to go forward. The biggest problem we had then, would the farmers join, and could we be able to administer this program free of charge to the producers and be able to get the sponsors to help support this program?
As this small group of Delta farmers and landowners began planning the organization, it became obvious to us not only would this organization benefit the farmers and the environment in the Delta, but it would also benefit some of the allied businesses that depended on these farmers. And we enlisted the help of sponsors early on, 4 in particular that are still with us after 10 years. Those 4 being Novartis, FMC, Delta and Pine Land Company, and Farmers Grain Terminal in Greenville. They've been very loyal to us, and I think realize the benefit of the good works that the organization does.
Syngenta has been a proud partner of Delta F.A.R.M since its inception because we understand the importance of natural resource management for the future of farming. Our environment and the livelihood of farming is dependent on sustainable agriculture. This is why our partnership with Delta F.A.R.M is such a great fit.
Well, in the spring of '98, we launched a pilot program to try and enroll the farmers. And in a very couple of months, we signed up over 160,000 acres. Well, it didn't take long to figure out that this was going to be a success. Right after that, we continued to moved forward, and in October 10th of 1998, we launched Delta Farm.
We're one of the first groups, farms in Bolivar County to join Delta Farm. We recognized early on that through the evaluation process, we were doing a lot of things that was advocated, but there was also room for improvement in the operation. As we began to implement these practices on our farm, and through an evaluation process, we were able to improve our score. And as time moved on and we were able to institute more of these practices, then our score improved. But I think the main purpose of Delta Farm is to point out the things that we were doing and also show us some areas that we were deficient and we needed to improve. And we've tried to make these improvements. And I think by doing this, I know our farm has been more environmentally friendly, and I think it's been more profitable because of some of these practices that we've established.
The Department of Environmental Quality has partnered with Delta Farm since its first beginnings. It wasn't until, however, Delta Farm was appointed to serve on the Yazoo River Basin team that we truly appreciated the role that Delta Farm served in helping us address water quality issues in the region. Delta Farm took on several projects to address water quality in the Delta, and through their efforts they confirmed what we thought. They confirmed that through voluntary approach we could address environmental concerns in the region. In fact, one of the projects, the Bee Lake project, has become a model for future agricultural projects in this region.
What a day. We want to celebrate 10 years of service of Delta Farm, and we want to celebrate the enrollment of the 1 millionth acre in the Delta Farm. What a great achievement. This tells us we've met a lot of the goals that we have aspired to attain. And we want to thank all those that have made this possible. We want to thank our sponsors, our grantors, and all those that have provided the technical assistance for over the years. And we want to especially thank the landowners and farmers who have enrolled, who have seen the vision to ensure this land will be here for our future generations.